a National Football League coach teach a business owner on how to run their business more effectively? Probably a lot more than you realize. Kevin Ware, your action business coach, helping you achieve your business dreams. And a couple days ago, I read an article in ESPN about the new Seahawks coach, Mike McDonald. And for those of you who may or may not realize it, I'm in Seahawk land here. This is the Pacific Northwest, and we love to root on our Seahawks. And Mike McDonald has brought an entirely different philosophy on how he, as a coach, is running the Seahawks. And it's already proven itself. They're off to a 3-0 start as I record this video. If you're watching this 6 months from now and they haven't made the playoffs, maybe his ideas weren't all that great. And if they're in the process of winning the Super Bowl, maybe I'm hitting on something. But I took a look at this article and I said, what can a great coach who's proven himself over the years teach a business owner on how to run their business better? And I've extracted 7 points that I believe that this article, which is linked below, will teach us on how we can better run a business. So let's get this thing started. So number 1 is holding people accountable. One of the things that Coach McDonald does is he has a very fanatic level of accountability that he holds people to. And so one of the things as business owners is how well do we hold our people to be accountable? Here's a good example. Let's say that people are starting to show up late. And we may see something and then we let it go ahead. And we start making things just kind of like, okay, you know what? We're just going to let it go. Or do you hold the people accountable to do the things that they have been told to do, you know are critical for the success of the business, and you're not afraid to actually drill down and say, that's not acceptable. So a great football coach like Mike McDonald is like, no, if you show up 1 minute late, you're going to get fined $500. Wow, that's a level of accountability that may make some people uncomfortable. But if they want to be playing on the best team, they've got to be accountable for their behaviors and actions. So holding people accountable. Number 2 thing that they talk about in this article with Coach McDonald is that mistakes happen, fix them. One of the things that Coach McDonald has a 3-word saying that he likes to use is called make it right. And he's constantly using those 3 words, make it right. And that's the whole thing. Mistakes are going to happen. What are you going to do to fix them? If you're a business owner and your employees make mistakes, that's going to happen. But what's happening in order to fix them? If you're, let's say, for example, let's say you have a quality control issue. What is being done to deal with that quality control issue? Are you making adjustments? Are you making changes? Are you looking into the process and saying, where's the commonality of the mistake and how are we going to fix it? Or are you going, oh well, and shrug and thinking, well, it's too expensive to drill down into that. So you've got to find a way to fix those mistakes. Number 3 concept that Coach McDonald talks about in this article is don't blame the person, blame the action. The whole idea here is that we as human beings love to throw people under the bus. And that's not the right way to do it. We want to identify the action that we blame and fix that. We don't drill down on the person. We look at the action, we blame the action, and then we fix that action. So that's got to be differentiating because I've seen too many times business owners make things personal. They're upset with an employee or they're going to go after an employee and they're going to make it personal rather than the actual problem and the behavior itself. Okay? So number 4 thing that this article talks about is that you have to make sure that the team members know where you stand. Here's a problem I see with a lot of business owners is they have hidden agendas and they don't let their employees know where each and every one of them stand. And one of the things it talks about in this article with McDonald's is he's very clear. This is where you stand with me. You're good at this, you're not good at this, work on this. And if you're a business owner, that needs to be the kind of clarity that your employees want from you. I need to know, if I'm an employee, I need to know where I stand with the boss. And if I don't know, how can I fix it if I don't know? I've seen this too many times that employees get fired and it comes out of left field. And like, I thought I was doing fine. And I thought my productivity was great. Now I just got canned. Why? Because that employee had no idea where they stood with the boss. So if you're the owner of a business, your employees need to know where you stand with them so they can improve. Number 5 things it talks about in this article is you set the standard and you enforce the standard. So whatever that standard is, you need to set it, you need to make it clear, and then you need to enforce it. Because always remember this is a phrase that I like to use, is the standard the standard doesn't change. How you meet the standard can be flexible, innovative, and creative, but the standard doesn't change. This is something that Coach McDonald talks about in this article, is that there's a very defined set of standards, and we're not going to compromise on the standards. So what are the standards that you need to put in place in your business? Or if you have a standard, how well are you helping your team members meet that standard? Or is the standard kind of it's out of range, and if you don't even come close to it, whatever. You've got to have a solid standard meeting process. Now, number 6 thing that he talks about in this article is that you have to get the employees to hold each other accountable. One of the things that he talks about here is that in this article, Coach McDonald starts off with holding all the players very fanatically accountable. But what's happened now is all the team members of the Seahawks are holding their team members accountable. All accountability shouldn't have to come from you, the business owner. The employees need to be developed to hold their fellow employees to the standard that you want them to be. So I've seen this too many times where the business owner holds the standard, but nobody else is going to hold everybody else accountable. And so then you're doing all the work and everybody resents it, and then you just burn out. So you've got to find a way to help your employees hold each other accountable. And so much of that is culture. So much of that is we are on the same team and we're winning together, and we're winning together. We are going to hold each other accountable. Because too many times you have to have your employees working well together towards a common goal. If there is no employees working towards a common goal and you have to hold everybody accountable, then what's the use of it? It's you are now the main accountability factor for every single employee, and you're going to burn up. So we've got to help the employees hold each other accountable. Just like Coach McDonald talks about the Seattle Seahawks. Linebackers are helping other linebackers accountable. Offensive guards are helping offensive tackles to meet the standard, not just the coaches. So number 7, and the final thing that he talks about in here, is you have to have a sense of humor. One of the things they talk about, and a lot of the players talk about, is that Coach McDonald can make people laugh. And just in a way where he just like puts a light comment out there, lowers the tension. And so one of the things that you have to do as an employer is, what are you going to do to have a sense of humor? We can't live in serious land every time of the day. Start lightening it up. You know, one of my favorite movies, Stripes. One of the recruits get all tense and all angry, and the drill sergeant goes, lighten up. And so it's kind of like, okay, just have some fun with it. Find a way to get yourself laugh, make people laugh, enjoy everything. Because if you're at work, we want to make work an enjoyable place. So find a way to have a sense of humor. So go ahead. I want you to read the article, the ESPN article that I've linked below. And I want your feedback in the comment section of, hey, Kevin, you were spot on. Or, hey, maybe there's another thing that Coach McDonald talked about that we need to add into our businesses as an example from how the Seahawks are coached and managed. So let's talk with each other and let's have a conversation, okay? Take care, make your business great, and have a great day.